I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's from conversations with God, but it's true. If we don't go within, we go without. And when you create from within, it finds its audience, and that does its own fucking advertising, as opposed to these progressives or these people on SNL like, well, let me go without and say they like this, and this is like, okay, but now I have to take this out. And by the time it gets shoved down your gullet for you to regurgitate, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
Talk about going without. Did you see the sketch they did on Saturday as Joe Rogan?
Oh,
and they chose that guy. He looks nothing like Joe Rogan. They had to stuff his like shirt full of tissue paper or something. Like
Joe Rogan talks quietly. He's like, "Yo, man, pull that shit up, Jamie." Yeah, he has a croaky, low voice. Like, "Hey, man, pull that shit up, man." And Pete, what the fuck is his name? I always forget his Davidson. Pete Davidson was like, "Hey, I'm Joe Rogan." You're just like you're being Pete Davidson.
Ayahuasca. I just said ayahuasca as loud as you possibly could. But it's funny because ever notice that, you know, Pete Davidson kind of looks like the white boy summer version of Steve Buscemi? Doesn't he kind of look like him?
Let's play a snippet of this.
Like the Wigga version
of him. I've yet to see it.
Oh my God. Can I just pause it for a second here?
Cruz?
Do you ever see Steve Martin do Roger Stone? Roger Stone has a very distinct accent. He's like, we need to he almost talks like Jared Taylor. We need to move forward and learn to figure out. And then when Steve Martin is doing him, he's like, "Hey, I love math. I'm a big dummy." And you're like, that's a nasally New York accent, dude. I feel like SNL's just given up on sounding like the guy. This is what Shane Gillis is not invited to.
They're like, "Oh, she looks like Ted Cruz. That's enough. Let's run with it and let's have her be this in every sketch."
Yeah, he's a fat dwarf.
All right, so this is all just Ted Cruz. Oh God, I can't. Oh,
this isn't Ted Cruz. It's just typical like Republican mantra.
They're just none of these people know any Republicans. Like they live in a bubble, so that's why these characters aren't.
This is funny. It's almost feels like they don't even do the research on the actual politicians they're making fun of because they just throw it.
You literally called it.
They don't even do research on the people they're making fun of. They're just using Republican rhetoric.
All right, so
it sure is. My feathers fell out. My nuts got.
Okay, here's where Joe Rogan comes up.
And you think if you're doing comedy, sorry to interrupt, but
why is it eating peanuts like that?
No, we're gonna say, Gavin.
I was gonna say, if you're doing comedy, there's a cornucopia of examples from Joe Biden speaking in gibberish to Kamala Harris's French accent to Nancy Pelosi forgetting what she's talking about. It couldn't be a better time to make fun of the White House, but they decide no. Ted Cruz and Joe Rogan are our issue.
Yeah, and they're basically regurgitating again this mainstream propaganda of like Big Bird is getting the shot, and they're based. It's like it blows my mind how everything is so unoriginal. Anyway,
listen to Pete Davidson do Joe Rogan.
Well, that's right. It's the whole fear factor, and now doctors fear me.
Can you help me, Joe?
Oh, sure thing, Big Bird.
Wait, hold on. Since when does Joe Rogan have blue nail polish on?
Take off the nail polish.
Take it off.
And why is he eating peanuts like that?
He just kind of looks intense, but he hasn't changed his voice at all.
Yeah, is Joe Rogan known for eating peanuts? Is that a thing?
I don't know. He likes protein. Send him in with peanuts.
Here's some zinc, and ayahuasca, and some horse medicine.
Well, why would a bird take horse medicine?
I'm a human, and I took horse medicine.
This is after Joe had Sanjay Gupta on his show and made him look so stupid for CNN calling it horse medicine. Like, that was huge news. Like, they should be embarrassed to be hitting this note. But they're not.
But the funny thing is, ivermectin has actually been used for humans before horses.
Of course, yes.
So it's just like
it's just like these people haven't seen a fucking newspaper in the last month. Like,
the last 100 years.
Nobel Prize in 2015 for prescribing it.
Yes.
It cured river blindness in Africans. That's how we knew we could use it on people. I had to sneak that in. And and I'll tell you something else. This is what is really going on. It's the shaming. It's the shaming
Yes.
of getting COVID. And it never was it more obvious than in the past 7 days when Aaron Rodgers got COVID, okay? And then he came back, and just today, literally hours ago, he went out and he beat Seattle and Russell Wilson. Hear me out, because this is a tapestry of the bullshit that 5 or 6 months ago did the roll up your sleeves special with his wife, Ciara, to promote people. And that dude, what's his name? Oh yeah, Michelle Obama. He did that special. So you have Russell Wilson, who's been vaxxed, get shut out by a guy that just survived the worst pandemic of our lifetime, and 4 days later is playing in a snowstorm while Nick Chubb, hear me out, an NFL running back, and Ben Roethlisberger, an NFL QB, were vaccinated and had COVID, and no one made a peep about it. No one said, oh my God, they exposed everyone this week in practice. No, because they're vaccinated. They did exactly what Aaron Rodgers did, yet Aaron Rodgers live is trending because that's the new narrative. Right. Shaming people and fucking having them afraid to get COVID and lie to them so they're like, oh my God.
And also, it's shaming people for looking for outside, like there's only one cure for this thing, which we know is all false, but it's the shaming people for looking outside, like the horse blinders of the one cure for this thing. So if you try to go a different way, like, you'll be shamed for it.
Speaking of things that are horse,
Joe Rogan doesn't talk like that.
Yeah.
That's not how he sounds.
Can we just keep watching?
I don't mind if you make fun of them. There's
watch
a
how
million things to
mad
make fun of the guy with.
Gavin
That's like the dude from the Addams Family. That's not fucking Joe Rogan.
He's like,
he sounds just like him to me. He sounds just like him to me.
Oh my God.
2 sponsors of the letters S and D, as in I can S my own D.
Like, is this? Hold on, is this a Pete Davidson big dick joke, or is this a Joe Rogan joke?
No, Joe Rogan said he could suck his own dick recently.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
I didn't know that.
I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. I'm not sure if someone's. All right. I think it's gone. Let's see. That might be the end of it.
Oh my God, isn't this for kids?
No one under 60.
I want to see a Bo and Yang character that's on SNL that's not gay. Then my mind will be blown. He's like, could you just be a gay schoolboy?
I want to see Bo and Yang play Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Just be like, I used to stack like you 6 feet high. We use your body.
All right, and then they go into like CRT again, shaming. They're like, oh, we know. It's so boring. It's so boring. Oh God, I just had to like. I'm getting this gone. I'm getting it off.